RMBI gene, here to take you on another level and new horizons. See clear.
Hey everybody, my name is Reggie Maddox, and you know I host the Simply Straight Talk Show. Great podcast. Please check it out. And also, don't forget to hit the like button down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and also hit that notification button if you want to know when new videos are uploaded. As I stated in one of the other videos, I'm really trying to do more of these live videos. Everything I do is about life lessons, it's about motivation, it's about ways to help you realistically and not just give you a false sense of stuff. But right now, real quick, I just want to talk about a lesson we can learn. Many of you are familiar with Antonion Brown. He was the wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who went to play for the Oakland Raiders, and who now plays for, well, he went to play for the New England Patriots, but now plays for nobody. This is a man who was offered $30 million. This man had a chance to make $30 million easy. All of that gone, thrown away. Now he doesn't play for anybody. But I don't want to focus on his football thing. What I really want to focus on is the incident that occurred this week regarding him and his ex-wife. They have 3 kids together. Apparently, there was an issue between him and her regarding something that was supposed to take place regarding picking up the kids, whatever. And it turned into an altercation between the two at his house. And allegedly, she jumped in his Bentley, tried to drive off. He threw a bag of gummy candy at her that looked like penises. And then there's all this yelling and stuff. The police got involved and all this stuff. You know, here's the thing that I want to talk about. You know, men, all right, first let me say this. If you're a man, and I know that there are men out there who don't take care of their business, okay? But there are plenty of men who do take care of their business, and nobody wants to focus on those men. But I want to focus on men in general right now, and just saying that I understand that you can, you know, previously have been in a relationship with a woman. It didn't go well for whatever reasons. It doesn't matter who was at fault. The relationship ended, kids are involved, and now there might be some bitterness between the two of you. The thing you have to realize is this, you know, the fighting and arguing is not going to help anything. The feelings you have against each other, when you start displaying that behavior in front of the kids, they're gonna start to emulate that behavior. And also you're gonna have to deal with the fact that you're gonna have the kids feeling like they have to take sides or act a certain way. You know, when the mother drops them off, you know, the kids may feel like, I can't pretend like I love my father until my mother leaves, or I can't pretend like I love my mother until my father leaves, because you got all this bickering going. You know, when you break up with somebody, it's not always going to be on good terms. It doesn't always mean that the relationship is going to be big friends where you're going to be broken up and you're still going to go out and eat and hang out together. Sometimes when you break up, you can't stand the sight of each other. You don't want to be around each other. And that's why sometimes, men, I'm just saying that we have to use more restraint than the women, because you know that if the women call the police or something like that, you're going to jail. It's going to be you. 9 times out of 10, they're going to take her side. And, you know, although you may feel like, you may not have been at fault. The only thing they're going to care about is what was said and those kids. That's it. And if she starts crying and bawling, and then don't let her start saying that you punched her or hit her or anything like that. You're done for. Men, you're just done for. So we have to use a lot of caution. We got to use a lot of restraint. So when you're dealing with women that might be vindictive, because it could have been the woman cheated, she thought you was going to stay, you decided it ain't worth it, you just want to deal with the kids and don't want to deal with her. And some women can't accept that. Some women feel like, you know what, we're divorced, but I still want you to take care of me like I'm your woman. And any man in his right mind is going to be like, listen, I'm going to take care of my kids. That's who I care about, my kids. We are not a couple. We are not together. And some women can't handle that because they still want the perks of having you provide for them, although you're not in a relationship with them. So men, we got to use caution and we got to be really careful. And even in the dating game, men, you got to be careful these days. You got to don't lose your temper. Don't lose your cool, because you got to realize something. When you go to court, all she needs to show is that you're angry, you're violent, and if she can show this by calling the police on you, getting police reports done, having documented incidents where the kids are able to say, yeah, mommy, daddy fight a lot, daddy slammed something, you're going to be the bad guy in it. Despite the fact you might have went outside and kicked the trash cans. And the way they ask questions is, well, when your daddy kicked the trash cans, were you afraid? Yes. It doesn't mean the child was afraid of him. She was afraid about the situation. But of course, they're going to make it seem like the child was afraid of you. So we have to use caution. We have to use restraint. Don't be ashamed to where if you have a relationship with your kids, you don't meet with your kids at your house, do it in a public place. That's what a lot of people do. Do it in a public place. There's other people around. Make sure they got cameras there, that everything can be seen. And I know that's sad that you have to do that, but at least it puts you in an environment to where they can't say that there was nobody else around and now it's your word against hers. But that's why, men, you have to start thinking now about how you handle your business, because the wrong interpretation or the wrong woman saying the wrong thing about you can ruin your life. It'll cost you your job. For a woman, it's going to be more of a sympathy play, as people are going to say, wow, he mistreated her. Wow, he did this. Despite the fact that they don't understand that what she's done to lead up to that could have provoked you. So we got to be a little bit more careful about how we handle things, about what we say, what we do, how we go about our business. Because if you don't, you're going to find out that your life is just going to get harder. And a lot of these women, if they know they can make your life harder, that's what they're going to do. If they know that they're stressing you out, if they know that they're getting underneath your skin, they're going to dig their nails deeper into you. So fellas, we got to use some restraint. We got to be more cautious, more responsible. We got to be more mindful of our actions, more mindful of our words, how we articulate things to them. Even when we're angry, you got to find a way to control that anger and a way to release it in a way that doesn't seem aggressive or in a way like you're trying to intimidate somebody. So you got to be careful about that. So I want us to kind of learn, Antonio Brown made some mistakes. And a lot of times we look at these celebrities and think like, wow, some people want to copy them, but you got to realize you can't copy what they're doing. That's money talking. There's money making them act like that because they feel they empowered. I see a lot of women want to copy Cardi B. And like I said, no disrespect to her, but Cardi B is the worst influence that anybody want to copy. So you got to make sure that you are doing what's right and make sure that you're being mindful about your actions and your behaviors. And fellas, I'm not telling you this because I'm trying to jump on the women's side. I'm telling you this because I want you to protect yourself. I want men to realize that if any tool that can be used to discredit you, that tool is going to be used. And in the court of law, most men already know when you walk in a courtroom against a mother and children, you're already guilty. You're already out of it. When it comes to child support, you're done. So you got to do everything you can to make sure that you represent yourself responsibly, that you don't give any extra weapons for any woman to use against you or anybody in general, even on the job. Be mindful of the things you do, the things you say. Okay? So I want us to kind of learn from Antonio Brown incident that that's not the right response. If you felt that she was jumping in your Bentley and getting ready to drive off, don't chase after her, don't argue, don't fight with her. It's your car, it's in your name, call the police. Let them track her down and get her. But when you stand out there and arguing, cussing, and talking about, I'm gonna throw these dicks at you here, eat these dicks. You throwing these candy dicks at her and all this type of stuff. You're looking like the aggressor. And that's how they gonna take it, as you're the aggressor. Because if she gets in the car and when the police gets there, all she got to do is say, I sat in the car because I felt like I needed protection because I felt threatened by him. I needed some protection. This is a place I could hide. And they're going to buy that, especially if you cursing and yelling and all this type of stuff. They're going to see you as the aggressor because they don't know what happened prior to your arrival. They're only going off how she's acting and her behavior. And if you're acting angry and erratic and frustrated and like you're ready to take on the world, they're going to use that against you. So fellas, be mindful. Like I said, there are some good women out there who are not trying to kill the father. They want the father to be a part of their life. They want the father to be in the relationship with the kids, and they're not trying to hinder that. Only thing they want is a father to take care of the kids, and you got some good fathers doing that, and you got some good mothers that's actually encouraging that. But then on the other hand, you always got those baby mamas, man, who are just angry and bitter and don't care, and anything they can do to destroy you, they will do it. So just be mindful of that. And like I said, we got some bad papas, we got some bad mamas, but be mindful of that. Everybody needs to respect everybody. Hey, but thank you for listening. Don't forget, hit that subscribe and that notification button down below. Make sure you give me a thumbs up, man, if you like this video. Leave a comment. What do you think? How do you feel about that? Do you think women have the upper hand anytime it has to deal with authorities, anytime it has to deal with relationship issues and the courts and the police getting involved? Do you feel women have the upper hand? Do you feel this advice is good? What suggestions do you have for men or women that's going through a breakup, going through a divorce, dealing with, and kids are involved? How would you handle it, and what do you think? Hey, let me know. Subscribe, like, put your comments down below. I see you.
This here so fire. Empower your voice to inspire. Yeah, RMBI Gym.